Hi, Mr. Pierce here again. We're going to be looking at transforming curves again today. And as you can see, we've got a simple quadratic equation, f of x equals x squared. But this time we're going to transform it in a slightly different way. We're going to multiply both sides of the equation by 2 and see what happens graphically as we do that. So let's get onto GeoGebra and see what happens when we multiply both sides by 2. So here I've got my GeoGebra slide, and as you can see I've got my curve f of x equals x squared. When I change this so that I multiply both sides by 2, you can see that I've got a new equation here. I've got 2x squared here, and I've left x squared on so we can analyze what's happening to each one of the points when we multiply both sides by 2. So what's actually going on? How have we gone from x squared to 2x squared? Well, hopefully you can see that to go from 1 to 1 for the x-coordinate, we've not actually done anything. However, we've gone from 1 to 2 in the y-coordinate, we seem to have doubled the y-coordinate. If we look at 2, 4, the x-coordinate has remained unchanged, but the y-coordinate has been multiplied by 2 as well. And if we look at 3, 9, if I drag this down, the x-coordinate again has remained unchanged, but the y-coordinate 9 has been multiplied by 2. So it seems as though when we multiply an equation by 2, only the y-coordinate is changed. The y-coordinate is multiplied by 2 and not the x-coordinate. Let's just check to see what happens when we multiply both sides by 3. Well, again, as you can see, x remains unchanged, but the y-coordinate has been multiplied by 3. 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. So something interesting is going on here. As you can see here as well, a translation has not been happening. This curve is certainly not translating across the grid or up and down the grid. So we need a mathematical word to explain what's actually happening here as well. So let's go back onto Paint and let's try and explain this transformation here. Well, as you saw on GeoGebra, when we changed the value of k, so if this was 2 or if it was 3, if we multiplied the equation by 2, 3, 4 or 5, the curve seemed to be squashing inwards, kind of getting closer to the y-axis. And the word that we use to describe that transformation is a stretch. The curve stretched inwards. Okay. However, we saw that the x-coordinate didn't change, only the y-coordinate changed. And the y-coordinate changed by scale factor 2. So this transformation to take x squared to 2x squared is a stretch of scale factor 2, but only in the y direction. So I'm just going to put in the y direction. Let's just think of another example as well. If I had instead, let's say I multiplied both sides of this equation by 5. So I had 5 times f of x equals 5x squared. Well, again, that's going to, if I go back onto GeoGebra just to show you, that's going to stretch the curve inwards. But again, that's only going to change the y-coordinate. We're multiplying the y-coordinate by 5 every time. The x-coordinate has remained unchanged. So again, this is a stretch of scale factor 5 this time. And again, it's in the y direction. So when we multiply an equation by a number, a constant number, the transformation is a stretch of scale factor 2 or scale factor 5 or scale factor k, for example, but only in the y direction. Hope that helps. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye.